She stood at the check-in counter, clutching her old worn backpack. The airport buzzed with expensive suitcases rolling past, first-class passengers checking in without trouble. But when it was her turn, the smiling clerk's face twisted into suspicion. Within seconds, security guards were called. Voices rose, fingers pointed, and in the middle of the terminal, everyone staring, a young girl was accused of fraud. What no one knew was that she wasn't just another passenger. She was the daughter of the airline's billionaire owner. The girl's name was Aisha, 19 years old, dressed in faded jeans, a thrift store jacket, and sneakers with worn-out soles. She looked like any other broke student traveling on a budget. Nobody could guess her true story. Then came the villains. Two rigid security officers, uniforms crisp, eyes sharp, used to flexing power over those they thought were powerless. And at the counter stood Marianne, the ticketing agent, who prided herself on spotting suspicious passengers. Around them, dozens of travelers looked on, some whispering, others pulling out their phones to record. The setting was Heatherton International Airport, glass ceilings towering overhead, polished floors gleaming like mirrors, the smell of coffee and jet fuel filling the air. In the background, business-class passengers lounged in comfort, sipping champagne before boarding. It looked like a scene of order and luxury, until this moment of ugly confrontation shattered it. Aisha handed over her ticket. Marianne's eyebrows shot up. "This is a first-class ticket?" she asked, her tone dripping with disbelief. Aisha nodded softly. "Yes, that's correct." Marianne's eyes darted from the ticket to Aisha's frayed jacket, then back again. Her lips curled into a smirk. "Sweetheart, are you sure you didn't find this somewhere?" Passengers nearby chuckled. Someone whispered, "She probably can't even afford a bus ticket." Aisha stiffened. "I paid for—" Some passengers pulled out their phones, recording her humiliation. One man muttered, "She should be ashamed, wasting everyone's time." Tears welled in Aisha's eyes. She opened her backpack to show her ID, but Marianne snatched it and waved it around. "This doesn't prove anything," Marianne sneered. "Anyone can fake an ID." Aisha's hands trembled. She looked around desperately. No one stepped in, no one defended her. To them, she was just a poor girl pretending to be something she wasn't. Then came the final insult. The guard leaned in close, his voice cold but loud enough for everyone to hear. "Listen, little girl. People like you don't belong in first class. Stop embarrassing yourself." The other guard grabbed her backpack and dumped its contents onto the floor. Books, a water bottle, some snacks, and a small jewelry box spilled out. Gasps filled the air. The jewelry box popped open, revealing a delicate gold bracelet engraved with her initials. Marianne snatched it up. "Oh, so now you're a thief with expensive jewelry." Pathetic. The entire terminal seemed to freeze. Cameras flashed. Passengers whispered. Aisha stood surrounded, humiliated beyond words. Her lip quivered. Her voice broke. But then, she straightened her shoulders. Enough was enough. With steady hands, Aisha reached into her jacket pocket and pulled out her phone. Calmly, she dialed a number. The guards rolled their eyes. "Calling your boyfriend to save you?" But within seconds, the airport manager appeared, panting, nervous, his face pale. "Miss Aisha!" he cried, rushing toward her. He bent down to pick up her belongings, bowing his head in shame. The guards froze. Marianne blinked in confusion. "Wait, you know her?" The manager swallowed hard. "Know her? She's the daughter of Mr. Karim Al-Hassan, the owner of this airline." A collective gasp swept through the terminal. Phones stopped recording. Jaws dropped. Silence drowned the mocking laughter. Aisha stood tall, her voice firm now. "You thought I didn't belong here. But this airline, every plane, every ticket, every lounge, you work for my family. And today you showed me exactly how you treat people you think are beneath you." Marianne's face turned ghostly white. The guards stammered, suddenly unsure of their footing. The crowd shifted uncomfortably, regret written across their faces. For the first time, it wasn't Aisha who looked small. It was them. The airport manager's voice thundered. "Marianne, guards, office, now!" They tried to speak, but he cut them off. "You've disgraced this airline. Effective immediately, you're suspended. Security will escort you out." The guards' faces flushed red as their radios were stripped from their belts. Marianne's hands shook as she was led away, tears of humiliation streaming down her cheeks. Meanwhile, Aisha knelt calmly, repacking her belongings into her backpack. The manager apologized profusely, bowing again and again. But Aisha only said one thing before walking toward the first-class gate. "Remember, every passenger deserves respect, whether they're wearing designer clothes or old sneakers." The crowd parted silently as she walked past, heads lowered, shame heavy in the air. And when she disappeared through